murderous and most violent locations in the whole world. Why is that youth so violent? Why are because now it is what they gave us the guns. They told us we must not be educated. They taught us that when you need anything, we must take a gun. So now we have never strayed from their words. We have never, not even once. We are still doing exactly what they taught us. So now who is a criminal now? Now who is a criminal? Because now I'm not saying like I'm justifying the crime, but I'm saying they are the biggest perpetrators of crime. They perpetrated crime when they decided to use the youth. When they decided now that our fathers are cowards, they fear now to go and stand up again against the white man because they called him Inkosan. You should do this to a white man, our fathers. You see, we never did that to a white man. You see, we fought. You see, even if we fought with stones, he responded with bullets, but we fought. You see, he shot us, he killed us, but we fought. You see. So now coming to 2020 in 1994, after 1994, what was ever done for the youth? You see, that was where my anger was. You see, so I told myself, this country, yeah, I will sacrifice myself. You see, I made money, I made too much money. I don't think even all my peers, people that I don't think there was anybody except for my brother, because I came from his end. I don't think there's anybody who can equal me when we're talking about going out there and making money from only theft. Not talking about robberies. I've never robbed. Even now, man, there's not even one person who can say, hey, this man put a gun or put a knife on my and took anything of mine. That man will be a liar. I've never. Me, I've always entered where there was only a wall and myself and the room. Yeah, you see. Because I never believed in violence crime, but I believe in crime. When I made money, all that money I gave money practically away. I never liked that money. I came with lots of money full in bags. When like people they know me, ask anyone who know me. So I open my park. When I come to a tavern, I give everyone money, I buy alcohol. I never liked that money. But to me it was like I like to see my brothers and sisters, to see that freedom that I would give them for that moment. Yeah, I could sacrifice myself.
But now, somebody, sorry to cut you off there, I just want to have a quick question. Somebody who's watching and maybe listening says, okay, no, you're saying you've never committed a violent crime. But how do you survive then with, because as you mentioned, you were around gunmen, you were around gangsters. How did you then survive? How did you then maneuver? Because if you're saying, okay, you didn't commit crime, and obviously you know you have to be in the locations, in the streets, you have to be respected.
Yes, that's why now you see, after 1995, I went to Zululand. When I came back, I never stayed in a location. Why I never stayed in a location? First thing, you see, when you live in a location, you must have a gun. You can never. I'll take you to Guamash. I won't talk about Johannesburg prisons too much, but I will speak about Guamash. I will speak about Inanda. I will speak about Umlazi. I will speak about Khayelitsha. I will speak about Igugulethu. If you go to those locations like this, it is so violent. You cannot survive without a gun because you become what's now a thing now. A target. You can easily be targeted. You go out, you make money now. When you come back, they take that money from you. What will happen? Then same time, you must take a gun and go and fight and shoot. You see, many people, I know many guys who never like guns, but they ended up being gun people, gunmen. Started shooting gun. Because now, even if you don't like it, but so to me, I told myself, I will live in town or in prison. You see. Those were the two places, and like I'll be straight with you. Like I've never had a problem with prisons. It's only when I was inside prison when they started now to give me poisons. That's I had a problem. But prison itself, you see, I never had a problem. Why? Like I said to you, South African prisons. They are not prisons, most. You see, like here in South Africa, I always laugh. Like you can take a child now. You see a child, you tell a child, listen here, child, you don't do this here. If you do this here, I will take you to Disneyland. The child here will go and ask the friends, hey, what is there in Disneyland? Tell, hey, this Mickey Mouse. He likes Mickey Mouse most. What do you think he will do? He will go and do exactly what you tell him because now he wants to go and see Mickey Mouse. That is what is called South Africans judicial or law. I don't know how to put it, but it is like that. It's not prison.
But now I want to find out now. Obviously, most of the most violent killers that get caught. We're not speaking about the ones that are not so lucky and actually get executed or maybe get shot at or whatever the case is. Now, how do you then survive in prison? Because you've got South Africa's most dangerous, as you're mentioning, Kwamashu and whatnot. How do you survive then? How did you survive in prison? What happened in prison?
Okay, I see the topic. I wanted to start it afresh. Now, when I'm directly speaking about prisons, you see. But like I said to you, like when what I understand prison, you see Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, there's prisons in Zimbabwe. In South Africa, it's the only country in the world where you don't find prisons. In South Africa, you find correctional centers. You see. In Zimbabwe, there are prisons. In Zimbabwe, a Zimbabwean, any Zimbabwean will tell you, you enter once in that place, you'll never come back again. You'll never do crime again. Mozambique, you enter once in that place, you'll never do crime because of what now? Like, first thing, they don't care about, like in South African prison, you eat meat every day. You see, there are people outside that to get just a small piece of meat, it's luxury. But in prison, you eat it every like in Western Cape. I'll take for an example. You see, in Western Cape, it's the same time. We get quarter chickens, and then you get a horse, and then you get a piece of meat. You see, maybe it's beef or mutton, but you get a brokusa on a day. I tell you, you see December 25, and then you get salads and all these things here, rice, things.
Several colors.
Yes, several colors. Yes. You see in Western Cape, you see once it's December 15, 16, or just coming inside December, you'll see people coming in like crazy, colors. They will come in like crazy. Like in the room, during the year, we are 67, 60 something. But when it's December time, you're 160 something, you see.
Okay.
In the room. And then you ask them, they tell you, "Mate, bro, I come from Iran soon." You see, I can't call me Mark Blue. I come from Iran soon. He's saying he's coming for his ration. He's coming for that piece of food. Yes, it's for that food. So you will do any crime outside. To come back and
enjoy the intervention of theirs.
Yes, you see. Now, where did you go? How did he come in? He probably murdered somebody. He probably robbed somebody. You see now, those are I'm saying it's senseless crimes. When you want to come to prison for what? For getting food, but you must commit a crime outside. You see, like still in Western Cape. I've been there. I've been to many prisons in that side. Portsmouth prison. I've been inside the prison. If you go to those prisons, like you see a child in Western Cape, there is gangsterism. You go to all these locations, including the black locations. But I'll speak most of the colored because where gangsterism is life. Yeah. So there is living years growing up. Only people that are affording is gangsters. You see. There are no role models. The only thing he sees is a gangster driving a nice car. So since he's young, he's looking up to be like that gangster and like that gangster, like that gangster. So their role models are gangsters. Here in the house, his brother is a gangster, his father is a gangster, he's smoking drugs. So now his focus and his dream when he's young is what? I want to be a gangster. So now to become a gangster, he must come where? To prison.
Yes, so they get baptized.
This is what I'm saying. You can never be a gangster without what? Without being a number. You see, you must first come to prison and become a number. You must be a 26, a 27, or 28. So when you come out, we can join the gang. So now, when as a child is sitting there, the only wish for him is to come to prison. You see, when they come inside prison, I always laugh. Horse, bro. You can see the man. He from his core, maybe he's happy. He's come to a place that he's been dreaming. That's why I say it's like telling a child that when he does this, he's gonna go to Disneyland. You see, he came to Disneyland. He's been dreaming about this day. Yeah. So now he's already. But how did he come in? Ask me. He was given a gun. Man, go shoot that man. He takes a gun and shoot that man. But when you ask him, he killed that man. Do you know that man? You don't know that man. He killed him for what? They gave him what? You ask him, what did you get after that? A gram of tech. Gram. Small plastic, like you say, called that gram of tech. And then he never ran away. He smoked, went back to his house, police picked him up, he came to prison. So it is like that, you see. It's senseless because he wants to be a ganger, but he took a life, you see. That's why